Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we have a special one because normally what you guys see on my channel is always really good attacks, perfect execution, and always 3 stars. Today we're turning up it around a little bit, which means we're changing from perfect attacks to my fail attacks. So what I will show you guys today are fail attacks which I did in Legend League, and we're talking a bit more over why exactly did they fail and how not only me but you guys as well can improve on those fails. This is kind of like a different thing what I'm normally doing, so let me guys definitely know what you think about this new idea and whether you want to see more videos like this in the future. If you would like to support me or my channel, there's always an easy way to do so. You guys should know it. Go to your settings, in more settings, and then at the bottom you can find the creator code, which you can just type in Itsu. It doesn't really matter whether it's big or small letters, just the word Itsu. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I think we should get into the first attack, which we will just like pick by hand basically in my attack log. We want to take a look at a couple of attacks which did end up kind of like fails, and since I do not have any of 1 stars basically in here, we have to take a look at a couple of lower percentage 2 stars, which for example is this one, which means 23 trophies, which isn't too much and should be definitely a little bit higher. But let's take a look at the first base. I'm always showing you guys exactly what I planned basically going into the attack, and then obviously we'll take a look at what exactly happened. First off, we want to have a queen charge into this compartment, kind of like a connecting wall break, so our queen is getting access to the next compartment, and meanwhile we have our blimp going for the town hall. This is creating like a really nice path for our hybrid later on this way, and then we'll have like basically working the queen on one side and the hybrid on the other side. But let's now take a look at what exactly happened, like why did this attack fail. So what happened is the beginning is starting really good for us actually, like everything is working as planned, using the rage, then obviously a couple of Coco Loons, there is 1 Tesla at the top, which is a bit annoying, but the big thing which I'm doing right now is using the wall breakers, and they're getting, or like they are killing basically the king building, which means my queen is not getting pulled more towards the wall, which means that she's going around the corner, and meanwhile we're catching more and more freaking black mines. It's a bit upsetting to be honest, but yeah, this means we have only 2 healers at this point alive, now only 1 healer, and in a second only 0, which means this queen walk failed horribly. Meanwhile, we took out the enemy clan castle with the Yeti blimp. That worked, but if this queen walk is ending up in a queen sui, it's not working in the end. So next time what we have to do is starting off with our king, and basically from now on we're only saving this. In a queen charge hybrid attack, it's really hard to mess up the hybrid plan or like the hybrid part, because the biggest thing you can do is either mess up the warden ability or completely waste your spells. And as long as you're not doing that, it's not that entertaining. So the biggest problem in the attack like I did right now, or I'm doing right now, is always the queen walk. And this is something which you all can like work on. For like the next thing is obviously that freeze. Like, come on, drop that freaking freeze and just save the royal champ. But like I said, the biggest thing is the funnel. And that's something which is really important in Clash of Clans. I think on every single town hall, always the key. It's not only for like all of the new players to Clash of Clans or whatever. Funneling is the first thing you guys have to learn. But what exactly is funneling? Funneling means basically that your troops are going wherever you want them to go, with using a couple of other troops to support them. For example, on my part, I should have dropped my queen over here, and the plan was to let her go in. This means I need a funnel over here, and I need a funnel over here, otherwise my queen won't go in. And this is funneling, meaning that you have to push your queen or your troop or whatever you're using into the right direction. And this is kind of the key to Clash of Clans, because otherwise, even if you're picking the worst possible army for a base, if you can funnel, you still have a good chance at being pretty successful. And this is kind of the key with a lot of different strategies. It can be either the queen walk, it can be basic electro dragons or even dragons. It doesn't really matter whether it's Yeti smash or anything else. Funneling is key, and this is something which I completely messed up at this attack and got really hard punished for it. So this is something which you all can take away from this. You always, and I'm under attack. You always can like try to make the best out of the funnel and take a lot of resources into that, because if that's not working, it turns out really bad. So let's take a look at the next one. I kind of have, once again, the same issue, and this will be 99% of my fails are going to be funnel issues, because this is, like I said, one of the hardest things to do in Clash of Clans, being able to kind of predict where your troops are going, especially with like traps that are coming up and everything. So what is the plan on this one? On this one, we want to drop the queen over here. We want her to go to this way, break her in, and then like break her once again over here. So she's getting into the next compartment. That's kind of the idea for this queen walk. But let's take a look at how exactly this is working, because now, since there's a pretty huge gap over here, the queen is actually going to the wrong direction. So we have to now to adapt. We somehow need to adapt, right? So this means we have to get our funnel down, which is kind of tricky because they're a freaking Tesla. Now we have to like get faster into basically saving the attack. And what this does is we need to funnel somehow. So what I'm trying to do over here is I'm using a miner and wizards to funnel somehow the buildings, but even more Tesla are coming up. So I need to drop my king, and this means we do not have the king anymore for any later attacks, or like for any later funnels, sorry. And this means the king is walking into the inside for our queen and luring the healers kind of into the danger zone, which means it's not the best thing to happen, right? So this means first thing which went wrong, my queen went into the wrong direction. Then obviously the king was supposed to walk on the outside and not onto the inside. And now I'm a little bit lucky with my queen, I don't know, like walking around and getting the town hall. I mean, I take that, right? But what is the next step now? I don't know, maybe I'm still being able to save this attack, even though it's really hard because like we do not get too much from this charge so far, and we had to invest a lot, like with the king ability, the king itself, and everything. And we do not have lured the enemy clan castle, which is key as well. So what we have to do is basically just spam everything in, because otherwise it's going to be a time issue no matter what. So queen died as well because we got a little bit unlucky, to be honest, as well, with the scatter shot, with the eagle targeting my healers, which kind of cost my queen her life. And in addition to that, we basically swagged the ability because of the scatter shot, because I thought there would be healers on them, and that's kind of another mess up on my part. So yeah, from this part on, there isn't really a lot which I could do different. I'm trying to save a couple of Hawk Riders, even though this group is probably bigger. I'm saving, or I'm using the heal spear on the outside group, because what this does is it means it protects the troops which are trying to collect the percentage on the outside. With using a heal spear in the core, this means I would get more of the core most likely, but I won't get the outside defenses which are covering the percentage, because a triple from this point on is not possible. So we're trying to cover as much space to make sure that we're getting a couple of more percentage, and that's basically the next attack, which went not as planned as possible, or not as good as possible. So you guys can see there are a lot of things you have to work on, and see if it would. Ooh, a 1-star, thank goodness. This is saving my day, actually. This is freaking saving my day. 4 attacks, minus 118. I mean, it's still horrible and whatever, but this is saving my day. Thank you, sir. Whoa, okay. But now let's take a look at the next attack, which is going to be on this one. KJ. And on this one, it's about reaction. It's about how fast can you react sometimes. And once again, a little bit about funneling as well, since I feel like that's always my biggest problem in Clash of Clans is the funneling. That's like one of the biggest things I'm bad at, I guess. And this is like 99% of my attacks are failing. Not because the plan is bad, but because I'm just funneling super poorly. So, by the way, just a quick heads up as well. This video, like videos like this, can be used easily for you guys to copy bases. I don't have any links of those bases, obviously, but well, if you guys are searching for a good bases, those might be a good shot. Especially this one looks kind of annoying, and I had to take some time to find an entry for this one. And I thought, okay, let's enter over here. Let's enter into the queen and into the scatter shot and try to take out as much as possible. And now I'm using the rage. The freeze was actually pretty wasted, to be honest. Like, the scatter wasn't shooting at my queen and nothing else. Now I'm using a Coco-Loon, and everything so far is looking great, but wait, what? The queen is stepping into the wrong direction. And this will cost me a lot, because the queen is now getting into, to the archer tower. And what I should have done during all of the archers coming out, I should have dropped something on the cannon, because with this cannon being down, my queen would have stepped once again back to this X-bow, but what she's doing now instead, she's wrapping around on the outside, and this attack is basically over from now on. Once again, I have to somehow save the second star, and because the Yeti blimp is basically completely broken, we can most likely still save the second star, but getting a 3-star from now on is really hard, especially with the clan castle once again not lured. So we have to somehow make sure that our hybrid is making it through. As soon as we are sure that everything like over here on black mines is getting triggered, we can use the Yeti blimp, use the ward early, kind of early, just to make sure that the Yeti blimp is actually making it into the town hall. And that's it. Without that blimp, most likely we wouldn't have gotten the 2-star, but like I said, the Yeti blimp, crazy overpowered as it is, you can always save the second star. Right now, it shouldn't be, like, you shouldn't get a 1-star at the moment. It's really hard to get a 1-star, especially with the Yeti blimp being so strong. But yeah, I guess that's how it is. This rage wasn't the best either, so a lot of small things which obviously could have improved on, but the main thing once again on this base is the reaction time. Like when you're seeing something is going wrong, like my queen is getting this way, I should have funneled this cannon, and then everything is looking basically as planned, I guess. Even if the plan would have worked, I don't know if I could have tripled. It would have still pretty close, I guess. But yeah, either way, this is going to be the last attack for this video. Let me guys know what you guys think about this kind of new idea. I'm not 100% sure. I guess you guys want to come on my channel, see and learn stuff. So I'm not 100% sure how you guys like this video. But yeah, let me guys know. Without you guys telling me what you would like to see, it's really hard for me to like show you whatever you want to see. So let me guys know how you like it. I will see you guys back tomorrow for another video, and hopefully for some more sneak peeks and then the future update. See you guys until then, and bye bye.